Hi Brownies, so today we are going to be going over step 4 and step 5 of the Outdoor Art Creator badge. So step 4 is to make your own brownie elf house. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. We're going to use our collected supplies from step 1. So any found objects that you found on your walk or your nature exploring in your backyard, you can get those. I'm going to show you what I have for my supplies real quick. Okay, so for my supplies, I have some rocks here that we have in our yard. I found some little twigs, some bigger sticks here, some little twigs. You'll want a lot of these because we're going to do kind of like a little lean-to thing. And then this was a stick that also had some leaves attached because I didn't want to pick anything fresh. So I also found some of these petals that fell off of a rose in our yard, so I thought those would be good. I have some little pieces of wood and bark that we found in our yard that, I don't know, we'll see what I can make out of it. I just figured throw it in there and see maybe I can do something with it. So now that we have all of our materials, let's get started. Okay, so after we have our supplies, the first thing we want to do is find a good place to build our fairy house. So a good place would be like at the base of a tree, like where the roots are. By the trunk, so you could kind of do like a little lean-to up against the roots. That's a good place. We don't really have any big trees in our yard, so we actually have a big rock that we have right here. So down here. So I started to do my fairy house on the side here, as you can see. So I just took some sticks and I pushed them into the ground and I kind of leaned them up against the rock. See, there's like a little opening there now, and that's where my little, brownie elf is gonna live. So I lined up some sticks. You kind of want to make sure they're in there fairly securely. And then I'm going to start taking my other supplies and see what I can do with them. See, I already put some petals in there. I'm going to see if I can put some of these leaves. They're kind of dry, so they break easily and don't really want to stay, of course. And I only have one hand right now. But I'm a Girl Scout and I'm trying to manage with what I have. So we're going to make it work today. I'm just going to put those in there. Let's see, what else do I have? I have some more petals. Shove it in there. And now I know I said don't pick anything fresh. We want to get everything from the ground. The only thing that you may be able to use is weeds, because your parents are probably going to pick them anyways, or at least would appreciate if you picked weeds. So if you have weeds in your yard that were either going to be picked anyways, or your parents don't want them there, then I say go for it. So I have some right here that we picked. I'm just gonna kind of lay them across there. I think that looks pretty good. It's getting some good cover. My fairy might get a little cover if it's raining or too sunny. So then let's see what else. I have my fairy house. I think I'm gonna use my rocks, and I'm gonna do a little path here up to the fairy house, because why not? Let's see here. That looks pretty good, I think. So let's see what it's looking. So this is what it looks like from a little far away. I think it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to put a few more in here. All right, I'm going to have a few more sticks I'm going to put in there just to use up what I got, kind of hold those weeds on there. And then I had one more. I know I had a piece of wood, which now, of course, I can't find. Aha, here it is. There's my sandal. I'm going to put this here because maybe the fairy wants a little bench to sit on outside her house, or you could put it inside. That could be her couch. So that's my fairy house. I want to see what your guys' fairy houses look like. You can make yours from any material that you have on hand. You can do it anywhere. If you don't have a tree or a big rock, you can do it in a pot. You could do it up against your house, or you can do it in your garden if your parents say that's okay. So whatever you want to do. It's not very specific. It's just you having fun and using your imagination. If you found little trinkets that like, oh, this would be a cute little fairy bowl or something like that, put that in there. That's super cute. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our nature photographer step. All right, so let's go do that. All right, so step 5 of the Outdoor Art Creator badge for Brownies is to be a nature photographer. So I'm going to show you how to take some pictures. I'm going to use my phone today, or my husband's phone. But we are going to think like bugs today. So we're going to get really close to objects, see what we can see, see if we notice anything different that we wouldn't maybe notice usually. So I'm going to get started. So I have my phone here, and I like these little bean sprouts here because they're all in a row. I think that makes like a cool visual. So I'm going to get down and I'm going to get really close. And I think it's cool how they all like line up in a little row and they're almost like little trees. So if you tap on it, it'll focus. And then I'm just going to take a picture. And let's see, that looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see. It's pretty cool. So then I'm going to go somewhere else. So we're going to go over here. See what we can see. We have a garden here, so I'm just kind of looking. I think these leaves look pretty cool. So I'm just going to get in close. Hard to see, but tap it so it focuses. And snap a picture. And you can take a few at a time because, you know, pictures never really turn out perfectly the first time. So if you get a few, you can kind of sort through and see what you get. I'm going to come over here. Oh, we have these two with chives that are bloomed. So I'm going to get over the top so I can get lots of flowers. I'm going to get in close. Tap where I want it to focus. I'm going to tap in a couple different places because like sometimes I can get here. It kind of looks like an explosion if you get right above the center and focus. And then you can also focus just on one flower. So I think that looks pretty cool too. Alright, and then I'm going to come down here. We have these nice roses over here. This one looks really cool. So I'm going to get in close so I can get that like, little spiral in the middle. Maybe I'll do one this way. Alright. So that's kind of how we're being a nature photographer. You just kind of see what you can see, maybe look closely at things that maybe you don't look at usually, and see kind of cool different things like a little spiral in the flower or just like a little like explosion kind of thing with the chives, how they all kind of, it's kind of like going all in different directions. Don't forget to also take a picture of your wind chime and your elf house and send those to me. And then after that, you've completed all the steps to the Brownie Art Creator badge. So I hope you had fun, guys.